When the enemy's within me, picture me, my identity's when they're checking my pedigree. This is my autobiography, more than a philosophy. Life is living and I gotta be driven, given my history, rising above the odds of World War Who? You, World War Who? It's up, World War Who? It's true, I think we're fighting ourselves. World War Who? World War Who? It's you, World War Who? It's up, I think I'm fighting myself.
Going on, guys, welcome to another edition of the World War U podcast. I'm your host as always, Mansfield, and today's episode is like a continuation of what we spoke about last week. Last week we were talking about mastery, how you need to master your craft so that you be the best out of the best. But the one thing that stood out is something that I probably touched on just a little bit, that it takes practice for you to become a master. And what that means is that you need to continuously execute at a high level. So whatever it is you are doing, you need to continuously execute at a high level. Now, as we go through life, we go through certain things where we say, you know what, I'm going to do this for now until I get to the place that I want to be. And when I get to the place that I want to be, then I can start executing at a phenomenal pace or a phenomenal rate. But what I just want to tell you today is you need to be phenomenal every single time. You need to be executing at your highest level every single time. You cannot say that I'm going to train average, but when the game comes, I'm going to play at a phenomenal level. That's not going to work, because I'm sure you all know the saying that goes, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you get to a place where your practice or your training or your work ethic is average, even when you do get to that place where you're thinking you deserve to be, where you can start executing at a high level, it's not going to work, because your body keeps receipts, your mind keeps receipts. So you cannot just tell your mind that I want to study for 4 hours when usually you study for 30 minutes. You cannot tell your body to push further than it is used to, because it's used to being mediocre and being used to being average. So you need to be at a level where your training is just as good as how you're going to play the game, or how you see yourself at that place that you think you're supposed to be. So you need to be at a level every single day of your life where you're executing phenomenally, where you're executing at the highest level possible as far as you can go. Because what I've noticed in life is that God will put you in a position or a situation where you've got an opportunity to be the best that you'll ever be, but 90% of you is not ready for that opportunity. And your 90% is not ready because when God put you in the initial stage, when this whole thing was starting, where you were realizing your purpose or your gift, you did not take it seriously. You did not say, this is what I'm called to do, so I'm going to execute it at the highest level possible. You said, I'm going to wait until I get a promotion. I'm going to wait until I win my first game. I'm going to wait until this or that is right. Then I'll start executing. But when that opportunity comes, like we said last week, you never rise to the occasion. You will revert back to what you know. You will go back to your training. It's like getting into a fight. If you get into a fight right now, you cannot pause the fight and say, stop, I need to go back and train. You are there already. So it's what you know right at that moment that you need to use. So if you're used to performing at an average level, what's going to happen? You're going to fight at an average level. So it's very important for you that you continuously build that grit, you continuously build that hard work, you continuously build that strength, that endurance, that when the time comes or when the opportunity comes, you are more than ready to face and meet it. So whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're pursuing, whatever it is your purpose is, or your gift is, or your goal is, or your calling is, execute it day by day at the highest level that you can execute it at. No excuses. No, this is not right. It's too cold for me to go out for a run. This is not where I want it to be. My mind is not. Stop making excuses for things that you know you can overcome. Because that is where your breakthrough is. That is where your victory is. That is where your mastery is. That is where your next promotion is. Because that one day that you're going to say, I'm going to slack today at work, is when your manager is going to notice what work you're doing. And they're going to judge you based on that one day and nothing else. So every single day, treat it like it's your last day. Whatever you are doing, do it at the best of your ability. Treat it like it's the last time that you're ever going to do it. And what will people say when they see it and say, Mansfield did this to the best of his ability? That's the legacy that stays behind you. So every single day you need to hone in on your craft. You need to master your art. But first things first, you need to continue to execute at the highest level possible. There is no time for, I'm going to be phenomenal when I get to this place, or I'm going to excel better once everything that I want is aligned. It's that small moment, that very little time that you have, that someone is going to notice you and say, oh wow, that's a good work ethic. I can repay that. I can reward that. But if you're average because you're waiting for something greater or something bigger, you are always going to be average. There is no rising to the occasion. I'll say this again. There is no rising to the occasion. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. The end. There's no cutting corners. You can skip first grade and go straight to university, but you cannot read and write. That's the fact. So when an opportunity is going to come for you to graduate, it's what you know that's going to make you graduate. It's the work that you put in that's going to make you graduate. So if you're putting in average work, it's going to be an average graduation. If you want to be phenomenal, every day is going to have to be phenomenal. Every day is going to have to be hard work. Every day is going to have to be the best that you can give. Every day is going to be grit and grind. That's all I just wanted to share with you guys. And as always, hope you and yours are safe, and we'll catch you again next week.
World War Who? You. World War Who? It's up. World War Who? It's true. I think we're fighting ourselves. World War Who? World War Who? It's you. World War Who? It's up. I think I'm fighting myself.